This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I'm your host, David, and today's game will be pitting the Benchwarmer team of Scott and Eric Eade versus Benchwarmer Dan and returning player and assistant coach for our Patreon team, Tim Geving. Welcome back to the bench, Tim. Why don't you take a minute to remind everybody where you're from, what teams you root for, anything else you want to share?
Good evening, gentlemen. How's it going? Tim Geving from Springfield, Illinois. I've been here quite a few times. People don't care too much anymore. I'm just here to have fun. I'm not good at it, but I'm here to have fun. That's for sure. So let's do it. Let's have some fun. And I'm just happy to be alive. Today's a good day.
Well, Tim, the good news for you is I looked it up, and you are 1-5 as a Benchwarmer player, but you're 1-0. You're 1-0 when you play with Dan. So I think you've got hope. Yeah.
Thank you, David. I was trying not to bring that up this time in my introduction, but you just slapped me right in the face with it. Thank you, sir.
No, it wasn't. I was trying to make you feel good. You're undefeated when you play with Dan. I think that's a good thing.
We're going to fix that tonight.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. Speaking of Dan,
we do 50-50 booking on this show, so
that's right.
We have to lose this one now.
Dan, how you doing this evening? And why don't you tell us yours and Tim's team name?
I would be happy to do just that. I'm doing great. I don't know why. I don't know what to say. You all know I'm Dan, Locust, North Carolina, Minnesota sports, you know. But whenever Tim comes on, and especially like when I play with Scott and Eric, like I'm playing tonight, it's pretty much a given that we're going to be getting some wrestling questions. So Tim and I are going to we're just here for the wrestling questions.
Perfect. Well, we'll see how that plays out. All right, Scott and Eric, who wants to go first?
I'll go first since Eric has our team name. My partner would like to just be Eric. We don't need this Eric Eade stuff.
Yeah, I slipped up. I'm sorry.
Just Eric. That's fine. That's all I really have. I don't have too much going on. I'm excited. I like hanging out with Tim. It's always a good time. Let's not look. We can go over 1-5, whatever. Terrific host of Scoreboard Says. That's on the resume. Let's not forget it. Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're darn right.
So
Thank you.
Next time, David, it is terrific host of Scoreboard Says Assistant Coach Tim Geving.
You're right. We'll change the script up next time Tim comes on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, Tim. I didn't mean to offend you before we even get started. Normally, I like to offend people with my questions, not before we get to the questions.
I'm going to represent Tim, and we're going to put that in his rider from here on out. That happens.
Perfect. Yeah,
all right.
That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Also, always come here for the wrestling questions when it's David game. So can't wait to see what's in store for tonight.
Oh boy. All right. Eric, save me from these guys.
No, thank you, David. First time, long time. I got nothing. The Magic won the draft lottery, so I'm very excited about potentially becoming a Magic fan again. That's not going to happen. But anyway, so since that happened, and it's happened many times before, and it's never worked out, our team name today will be The Magic Will Blow It Again.
Perfect. So we have
so just to clarify, sorry, what he means by that is it doesn't yield them a championship, right? They've drafted number 1 overall 3 times, all Hall of Famers. I mean, because Dwight's going to get in, so they draft well. They just don't stick around long enough to produce a championship. So that's kind of like me on this podcast. I've stuck around for a while.
I never connected the fact that they've drafted number 1 3 times overall, and all of them are in or on their way to the Hall of Fame. But that's a
two years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Shaq didn't make his money in Orlando.
Neither did C. Webb.
Oh, he made it in college. We all know that.
Both of them.
Absolutely. All right. So we're just here for the wrestling questions against the Magic Will Blow It Again. Let's get going. Let's kick it over to Dan for the rules.
We'll be starting off with the coin flip question to warm up the teams. This will be followed by 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions pertaining to sports. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Okay, it's time for the coin flip. It's a 50-50 warm-up question worth 10 points. And this question is going to go to our guest and his partner. And the coin flip question tonight is the following. Which of the following goalies had more penalty minutes in his career? Rick DiPietro or Nikolai Habibulin?
Dan, I really don't think we need to think about this too much, huh? Unless do you have any,
No.
But let's go DiPietro.
It's not delivery.
No, it's DiPietro.
It's DiPietro.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Rick DiPietro, it's not delivery, had 129 penalty minutes, and Nikolai Habibulin had 134 penalty minutes. So they're actually number 29 and number 30 on the all-time list, the penalty list for penalty minute list for goalies. I'm sure that Eric Eid knew that, but he didn't get the question. Oh, I just called him Eid again. I'm so sorry. Eric, just as a side note, I'm assuming you know this, but number one runaway goalie for most penalty minutes?
Ron Hextall.
Ron Hextall.
It
That
had
is
to be
correct.
Ron Hextall.
Yeah, number one with a serious bullet. He's way ahead of everybody. All right.
He played for the Broad Street Bullies.
Okay, so heading into the first quarter, we have a score of we're just here for the wrestling question. Not yet on the board, but Magic will blow it again. The Magic will blow it again with 10.
That's all right, Tim. We're gonna have wrestling questions coming. We're good.
College wrestling.
Before we get to the first quarter, we wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
Today's first quarter will be pre and post game.
Pre and post game. For this quarter, there will be 4 before and after style questions. For example, if I said, what all-time leader in receptions for the Indianapolis Colts was a Notre Dame safety drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, the answer would be Marvin Harrison Smith. Each question is worth 25 points.
Question number 1 of pre and post game. The name given to tournaments where each team plays each other team in the bracket, commonly used in soccer tournaments, for example, the World Cup, and the name of the Gold Glove winning third baseman, who, despite his long career as both a player and manager, may be best known for charging a pitcher who was 20 years his senior in what ESPN referred to as the greatest brawl in MLB history.
We're checked in.
The Magic will blow it again, has checked in, so we're just here for the wrestling questions. Can talk it out.
This is kind of a wrestling question.
Yeah.
It's wrestling adjacent.
There was a headlock.
Hey, so you mean round robin, right? Not road robin.
Oh, no, it's Road Robin. Haven't you ever heard of that?
I just want to make sure that I'm
That's
not
my ex-girlfriend's name.
It's the one I keep in the back pocket for when I'm on the road.
Yeah,
no,
yep.
Round Robin Ventura is what
we'll
is what I meant to
in.
type there. So you're good with Round Robin Ventura?
Oh yeah, I was trying to get there before as I was like hacking, but yeah, I was trying to get there.
All right, and Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
We typed it literally simultaneously to each other before you finished the question. It's Round Robin Ventura.
And both teams are receiving points. Well done. I actually didn't know until I was researching this question that the term round robin, does anybody know where that actually came from? That seems like
Robin
a Dan
Gibb?
question. It is not from Robin Gibb.
On Broadway.
No, actually the term it somehow derives from French, and the word is actually the French word for ribbon was ruban or Rubin. I don't know how to pronounce it in French, but that's the derivation of the word round robin. All right, here we go. Question number 2. The only player this century who won 2 NCAA basketball titles and went on to be first team All-NBA, and Samoan-born linebacker for the Oregon Ducks, who is expected to be a top 10 pick of the 2023 draft as his brother was in the 2021 draft?
All right, David, we're checked in.
All right. The Magic will blow it again, have checked in. And that leaves, we're just here for the wrestling questions to talk this one out.
Yeah, he hit me in two not great categories here. So
wasn't it Kayvon Thibodeau that was the first round pick this year? And doesn't he have a brother? I thought that was at Oregon.
it was 2021, right?
Yeah, his brother was in the 2021 draft. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I can probably run through most of the top 10 in the 2021 draft. That's Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, JC Horn, Devontae Smith, Trey Lance.
Yeah, but this guy's a linebacker.
Well, his brother.
He's a Samoan-born linebacker for the Ducks who was expected to be. Oh, I see what you're saying. I can't read this question. Good grief.
So, and then you're hitting me with college basketball within the last 10 years. Not great at that either.
I got it. But what do you got anything for that first half, like the first 5, 6? What are we looking at? I mean, that can't be that many that have won 2 within 4 or 5 years of each other, right? Nova?
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Nova.
Oh, Florida. What about they run back to back? Like Joakim Noah?
That was not this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 07, 08.
Yeah. Yeah, but he would have been as a defensive player, I guess. All
right.
NBA though.
Right, I agree. I'm just trying to.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of other people that were on that team that could have been, because we're talking Al Horford. Horford went to Florida, right?
I'm blanking. We're running out of time here. Oh, the first guy's it's Sewell.
Oh, the Pinay. Is that?
Yeah, it's his brother. We're running out of time. It's I don't know his brother's first name. So we're not going to get this regardless, unless you know his brother's first name. So.
And that's the we don't know the yeah. All right.
Yeah. So we gotta punt this one.
We'll punt. I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing. Without knowing the brother's name, we can't get the answer. So
is that an official check-in punt?
Yeah, we're gonna send out Mitch Berger on this one.
All right. Okay, and the Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
Yeah, we tried to figure this one out first. I mean, Penei Sewell made sense early on, and trying to figure out what his brother's name was. It's not a prospect that I've done any research on yet. But then trying to think of the back-to-back championships, I immediately went to Florida, figured, Al Horford or Corey Brewer was on that team. But Noah made the most sense. I'm pretty sure he made the all NBA team one time with the Bulls, and it was kind of surprising. So we felt good about that. I wasn't 100% positive, but Eric seemed to think that that Noah Sewell was the actual name, and it's not hopefully something longer than that. So we checked in with Joakim Noah Sewell.
One team is receiving points, and this was agonizing. I don't think I've ever heard anybody get so close to a pre and post game and then just not hit it. But yeah, I wouldn't expect anybody to know a random Oregon Duck, even one that's going to be a top pick. But given that the name matched up perfectly, yeah, it's Joakim Noah Sewell. Exactly.
Timmy, we had it.
You did have it. You absolutely had it.
You had both ends of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I would never have expected a longer name there, because who the heck's going to know? I mean, except for maybe Eric Eid, who's going to know a longer name like that? Yeah,
Marcus would know it.
Yeah, probably. Good point.
Even if it is Oregon.
That's true. He could know it just to hate it. All right. Question number 3. Dominican MLB pitcher who between 2017 and 2018 won 33 games, but from 2019 through 2021 only started 3 games due to injuries. And the city and state where Nate Burleson, Brock Marion, and JaVale McGee all attended college.
That's it.
Is that it? Let's check in.
All right. We're just here for the wrestling question. Just checked in out of nowhere. And Magic will blow it. The Magic will blow it again. It's time to talk it out. And you have about a minute and a half.
So we just got to think pitchers.
Dominican. Who's that Yankees dude?
Which one?
The one that was injured for.
Michael Pineda is. Yes, that's it. That's it. We got it. Luis Severino, Nevada.
There you go.
That's it. David, we're going to check in with Luis Severino, Nevada.
All right. And we're just here for the wrestling questions. What'd you guys come up with?
Reno, Nevada, right off the bat. And then a long time going through pitchers before finally got to the Yankees and said, oh, yeah, there it is. Luis Severino, Nevada.
And both teams are receiving points. Yeah, well done. So Severino, back in, what was it, in 2017, had 14 wins, and 2018 had 19 wins, and then his arm fell off. But now he's sadly pitching better again, I guess. So, yes, well done to everybody. Luis Severino, Nevada.
Is it bad that I got Reno from JaVale McGee and not the other two?
Whatever works. Yeah. All right. Question number 4, our last pre and post game. Nicknamed the Mayor, he had more than 1,500 career hits and is now a commentator on the MLB network. And in 2001, he successfully sued the PGA for the right to use a golf cart on the tour under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
We're checked in, David.
The Magic will blow it again, have checked in, and we're just here for the wrestling questions. Talk it out.
This is you, Gevin.
So pretty well known that Casey Martin is the gentleman that sued the PGA. And so when we had Casey, that kind of actually just rang a bell for Sean Casey. So we had Sean Casey Martin.
All right. And the Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
I knew Sean Casey was on the MLB network because of MLB The Show. And yeah, Casey Martin's kind of like household name now because of that lawsuit. So we said Sean Casey Martin.
And both teams are receiving points. And little known trivia, Casey Martin went to high school with benchwarmer David Lux. So there you go. All right. Well done. And after the first quarter, we have scores of the Magic will blow it again with 110 points. And we're just here for the wrestling questions, a little bit behind at 75.
Support for today's Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. All of us here at Benchwarmers received the Performance Package as a part of our Manscaped sponsorship, and I can speak with authority that it is filled with all sorts of goodies. I highly recommend you give it a try. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you use the code BENCH at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. So don't forget, use the promo code BENCH, BENCH, at checkout, manscaped.com.
Today's second quarter will be the missing link.
There it is.
The missing link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
Question number 1 of our missing link. This active NBA player is the only player to win championships with 3 different franchises and also win an NCAA championship. His chance for a title with a 4th team this year ended in the conference semifinals.
All right, we're checked in.
All right, the Magic will blow it again, have checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Still waiting for the wrestling questions, but can talk this one out.
All right. So let's talk about the people that have lost, right? The Sixers, Bucks, the Suns, and Memphis, right?
Yeah. Where's this might be it. Where's Danny Green right now? I went straight to North Carolina. David's asking the questions.
What did he win one back in 15 or whatever it was when it had to be earlier than that.
Was he on that Spurs team?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know where he is now.
I mean, I'll tell you who he doesn't play for. He does not play for the Grizzlies.
Timberwolves. Oh,
Doesn't play for the Grizzlies. I watched that whole series. He wasn't anywhere to be found there.
And he wasn't there for the Sixers, but I mean,
I'm pretty sure he won 3 and he's active.
I'm with it.
If
I mean,
that's enough.
Yeah. Okay. And he won a championship, right? And an NCAA championship too.
Oh yeah, he did win a. Yeah.
Okay, then let's do it. I mean, it checks enough boxes for me.
All right. Let's do it.
We'll check with Danny Green.
Yeah, Danny Green.
All right. And the Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
yeah, got to this one pretty quickly. Knew that he won in college and then won with the Spurs, Raptors, and the Lakers. And he is on the Sixers now. He was hurt for most of this past series, but we also checked in with Danny Green.
Both teams are receiving points. And not only is Danny Green, there are 4 guys who have won championships with 3 different teams. He's the only one that won one in college. As Dan pointed out, it was with North Carolina. I try very hard not to ask questions that fall into the Know Your Host category, but I couldn't help it in this case, especially because I know how much Scott just loves Danny Green. Also, yeah,
I prefer Gerald Green, actually. It's fine.
No, I've heard you bad mouthing Danny Green. I was totally being sarcastic. So Danny Green is also the only one of the guys who won titles with 3 different teams that actually won with 2 different teams in back-to-back years. But I didn't put that in to the question because I didn't want Eric's head to explode. But yes, he won with the Raptors in 2019 and the Lakers in 2020. Anyone want to guess who the other 3 guys who have won with 3 different teams?
Robert Horry.
Robert Horry is one of them. LeBron, obviously. The last one is probably the least obvious, and that's John Sally.
Yep, that makes sense.
But anyway, well done. Okay, on to question 2 of the missing link. In 1999, Sporting News named this mascot one of the 100 most influential sports people of the 20th century. As of 2015, he was estimated to have made 5,100 appearances in 917 different facilities in all 50 states and in 8 countries.
We'll check in.
All right. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Is checked in. Magic are going to blow it again. Time to talk it out.
Yeah, my head immediately went to Philly Fanatic too, but Alaska, and that's kind of like some of these things are throwing me off. Alaska seems odd for baseball.
So then the other, even I don't know. I know the San Diego Chicken makes a lot of appearances outside of,
like at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This is wrestling adjacent, so we got to assume the other team got it right. They're only here for those questions.
The gobbledygooker.
I feel like the Chicken travels more than the Fanatic.
I think that makes, especially with all those different facilities, because it's more than just sporting events for the Chicken.
Yeah.
Right. It's like conventions and
like KFC, stupid
other
crap like
things.
that, probably.
Yeah, probably like a holiday Christmas party for some company. Maybe like Chicken by the Sea or something.
Yeah, let's go with the San Diego Chicken on that.
Yep, I'm in.
A chicken?
Checked in, David.
All right, excellent. We're just here for the wrestling questions. What did you guys have?
Once the name came up, I couldn't get off the San Diego Chicken. So
wow. Right.
So we checked in with the San Diego Chicken as well.
And both teams are receiving points. Yeah. So in the 80s and 90s, the Fanatic was always pretty popular, but was way more regional. And I think has been voted in a few surveys as the top sports mascot or the most popular mascot or the best mascot or whatever it is. But the San Diego Chicken is way, way more traveled. And in fact, way back in 1980, there was a big lawsuit because some radio station in San Diego was upset that he was dressed as a chicken. They were trying to do some cross-promotional thing. They sued the guy inside the chicken outfit, and he won for the right to keep using the San Diego Chicken as his primary thing. And was completely independent. I think at one point he was branded as the famous chicken just to sort of get out of lawsuits. But anyway, yes, well done. And our theme linked answers thus far are Danny Green and the San Diego Chicken. Question number 3, nickname of the only player besides LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to win 2 league MVPs before the age of 26.
We'll check in.
All right, we're just here for the wrestling questions. Have checked in. Magic will blow it again. Time to talk it out.
Doesn't say basketball.
No, that's why
I wonder if he just left it out or if it's.
I will clarify. I as I was reading it, I realized, like, should it be implied? Should it not be implied? It was meant to be implied. So it is basketball. Okay. Sorry. NBA league MVPs. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
No, it's just fine. It's just I was like Mike Trout, like I'm just trying to
No,
think. Of...
totally legit. Yeah, my bad.
All right, so if it is NBA,
Then Giannis.
it would have to be right
So the freak.
before
The
Greek Freak. It would have to be him, right? Yeah.
He won in 18-19. He's only like 20.
I don't know if I was going to
27
say,
now,
yeah, right. So yeah, it would definitely be him then,
unless
right? Because how well?
2
Yeah,
years ago.
because Jokic is, what is he? 27
He's 27 now. But
now.
he just
Yeah.
won.
So right. Oh, he just won back to back. So right,
Yeah.
he won it.
He's
Yeah, I
over
think it's
20.
got to be Greek Freak then.
Let me do the math. So
Right, because Shaq didn't win his first until 2000
Shaq
with the
won
Lakers, so he would have
his-
been like 27, 28 when he won his first one.
Yeah.
Jordan didn't win his first one until what, 89, 90,
Yeah,
right? So he would have
It's
been
going to be somebody with a nickname too, because I mean, like, what's Tim Duncan's? Tim was
the big fundamental. Iverson only won one league MVP, right?
Steve Nash. He was older.
Yeah. I think it's got to be Giannis.
I just in
It's
my
either-
head, I just want to remember. So
It's either
1920
Giannis or it's like someone way back. I don't think it's anyone in between. Like,
So yeah, it's got to be. I just want to make sure like he didn't win his second one like the day after his
Sure.
27th birthday. Or
no,
something.
I don't think he was 26 before
All right,
2
let's
years
go.
ago. So we're gonna check in with the Greek Freak.
All right, and we're just here for the wrestling questions. What did you guys have?
Yeah, I got it pretty quick. I was a little worried about Kobe, but I watching the playoffs or what have you. I did see that he was only 27, and that I knew that Jokic had won the last two, so I figured it would be the Greek Freak, Giannis.
All right, well, both teams are receiving points. Yeah, he's just about 27 now, and he's already won 2 MVPs. So that is correct. The answer is the Greek Freak. And the themed linked answers thus far are Danny Green, San Diego Chicken, and the Greek Freak. Question number 4. Name shared by former heavyweight boxer who had a 42-7 career record before roles in movies like Raising Arizona, and a Pro Bowl wide receiver who is in his second stint with the team that drafted him in the second round in 2011 from Kentucky.
All right, we're checked in.
All right, the Magical Blow It again have checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Time to talk it out.
Randall Cobb is the boxer, so
That's it.
we could let's check that in.
Okay, and the Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
It's Randall Cobb.
Yeah, that is correct. If you haven't seen Raising Arizona, it's pretty damn funny. He goes, of course, by Tex Cobb, but his given name is Randall Cobb, and same name as the wide receiver for the Packers. So yes, it's Randall Cobb. Our themed linked answers are Danny Green, the San Diego Chicken, the Greek Freak, and Randall Cobb. Question number 5 of our missing link. The longest standing cold weather college bowl game. This game was formerly known as the Humanitarian Bowl before it picked up this geographically appropriate brand name sponsorship in 2011.
We can check in.
All right, we're just here for the wrestling questions. Checked in. Magic will blow it again. What have you guys got?
It's the Idaho Potato Bowl. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing to talk about. Yeah, so we're checking in with the famous Idaho Potato Bowl is the correct name.
Okay. And we're just here for the wrestling questions. What did you guys check in with?
I was hoping we were going to get it with the technicality, because it is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Both teams are
that-
receiving. Sorry, go ahead.
Is
What do you think?
that more like upsetting than the Ohio State like university? Like, do you have to put famous in front of it? Like, is it the famous Cheez-It Bowl? No.
No, that's not why they call it
Outback
famous.
Bowl.
Because it's the brand is actually Famous Idaho Potatoes. I think that's why they. No, it's not. I believe
I
it
don't
is.
know if it is. If it is,
I-
I hate it.
Yeah,
Never
well,
eat a potato again.
I'm not. I highly doubt that's true. You know, French fries are potatoes, Eric.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of French fries, so mark
Oh.
that down on your
Oh.
hot take list.
Wow. Okay. Tater tots?
Eh,
Still no? Okay. Take them or leave them. Anyway, yes, it is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. And I I had host and question writing sort of angst about what was going to happen if somebody just checked in with Idaho Potato Bowl or Potato Bowl. I decided I would give credit for the Idaho Potato Bowl, but maybe not just for Potato Bowl. So anyway, luckily, I'm not faced with these dilemmas because you guys nailed it exactly correct. So, by the way, former MVPs of the famous Idaho Potato Bowl include Josh Allen and Matt Ryan. Go figure. I was also going to put in as a hint that it's the only bowl game that's played on a blue field, but I figured that
0 Super Bowls between both of those quarterbacks.
It's true. Well,
True.
Well, wins.
Yes. Just wait to
sure.
just wait. That's also true. Good point.
0 Super Bowl second half performances.
Yes.
Between those two.
Yes. Yes. One big lead. Right. Exactly. All right. So our theme linked answers are Danny Green, the San Diego Chicken, Greek Freak, Ty Cobb, and the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Randall Cobb.
What did I say? Oh,
Ty
Ty
Cobb.
Cobb. My bad. It actually was Randall Cobb.
You know that Packers receiving core, man, got the jolt with Ty Cobb.
That's right. We'll come back to that in a minute. Anyway, by seconds, by about 5 seconds, Magic Will Blow It Again actually checked in just ahead of Dan. So let's have Eric or Scott. Why don't you tell us what you got as a theme?
We had no idea where you were going with green, chicken, Greek Freak. I'm like, and then all of a sudden there was Randall Cobb. I'm like, those are all salads. I hate salad. I mean, I like it, but sure. I thought Pittsburgh was coming up soon, but then he threw me off with whatever. So we checked him with salads.
Tim had it before that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You
I'm
told him
sorry.
not to go with the Walling way.
Yeah,
He had it after Greek, and
I did.
I feel bad. So two quick things I just want to tell you about this. I desperately wanted to use the reason I sort of Freudian slipped there and said Ty Cobb. I desperately wanted to use Ty Cobb, but Ty Cobb came up on a game very recently. So I had to sort of scratch that and take a different Cobb. And the whole reason that I wanted to use Ty Cobb, and I know this is off subject, but I just have to tell you guys this story anyway, is that one of my favorite baseball stories of all time is that close to Ty Cobb's death, so like in the early 60s, a reporter approached him and was asking him all these questions. What do you think of the modern game of baseball? I mean, of course, it was the 60s. This was 50 years after Cobb's prime. And he said, I think it's whatever. I don't remember what the original comment was. And the reporter said, well, what do you think you'd hit against today's pitchers? And Cobb said, well, I'd certainly hit 300. And the reporter said, only 300? And Cobb said, you have to remember, I'm 73 years old. Anyway, I just love that story.
David, as a fully grown man in the early 60s yourself, how did you feel about that?
I'd probably hit 290, Scott. I can't keep up with Ty Cobb. All right, this is also one that goes out to Scott. I try not to use homonyms in these things, but because you were accusing me of the QT thing with the Toyota, I almost used Taco Fall as my fifth salad. But I did not, because I figured I would get some Toyota abuse. So I stayed away.
Toyota abuse.
All right. So after the second quarter, we have a score of we're just here for the wrestling questions at 225. Still waiting for the direct wrestling questions. And with a small lead at this point, thanks to that missing link, the Magic Will Blow It Again are at 310. That will take us to halftime.
it is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions pertaining to sports, with each question worth 25 points.
All right. This halftime is going to have a really simple format. It's about fictitious sports announcers. So I'm going to give you the name of an actor and the name of a fictitious announcer that they played. All you need to do is tell me the movie in which they appeared. For example, if I said Bob Uecker is Harry Doyle, you just have to answer Major League. Question number 1. Gary Cole as Cotton McKnight and Jason Bateman as Pepper Brooks.
We can check in.
All right, Magic Will Blow It Again if checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Talk it out.
You just want to talk it out, or should we just say that?
No, I think let's leave everybody in suspense. Maybe they won't know what our answer is. Then we don't talk it out. We just check in.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, way to be nice to our listeners.
So
I'm sorry, you're right.
so
I'm trying to build some suspense.
It's basketball, right?
If you can, something about a wrench.
Yeah. If you can dodge a basketball.
Yeah. That's it. Nailed it.
Okay, fine. It's dodgeball.
All right, dodgeball.
A true underdog story.
I should have 1, 2, 3 this one. It was really just a warm up. Okay. And magical blow it again. What'd you guys have?
No, we checked it with dodgeball.
And both teams are receiving points. Well done. Yeah. Like I said, that was your warm up. Question number 2, John Candy as Cliff Murdoch.
All right, we're checked in.
All right. Magical blow it again. If checked in, we're just here for the wrestling questions.
I don't know.
No,
Is it-
it's what do you think it is?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not scared to sound stupid, but what's the? I was thinking just because he's Canadian, right? Isn't John Candy Canadian? I
Oh,
was
he
thinking-
is.
I thought it was hockey. He's hockey. The Goons.
Oh, you're talking about like Slapshot?
Yeah, I haven't seen it though. I don't know.
No, this is Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
The Cubs.
No, I remember
Yeah,
Henry freaking Rowan Gardner.
Yeah. We'll go with check in with Rookie of the Year.
All right. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Have checked in. So magical blow it again. What do you guys have?
I'm embarrassed. I thought this was Who's Harry Crumb. No, we checked in with Rookie of the Year.
Well done. Both teams are receiving points.
Stay
All
fair.
right.
Go fall. Stay fair. Go fall. Stay fair. Go fall.
All right. Question number 3. Fred Willard as Buck Laughlin and Jim Piddock as Trevor Beckwith.
We can check
Everything.
in.
All right. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Have checked in. Magic will blow it again. You can talk it out.
Yeah, RIP Fred Willard, actually, just real quick. Like Eric said, nailed it. Every role he ever had, nailed it. But I think you're right. I think this is best in show.
So I mean, it's the first thing. I don't know the other guy's name.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. I honestly, he said Fred Willard and I got mesmerized, but I know that's part of his filmography. So yeah, it sounds like something David would ask about best in show. I think we're good.
All right, we're checking in with best in show.
All right. And we're just here for the wrestling questions. What did you guys have?
Best in show.
Well done. I thought that one was going to be a little bit trickier because it's obviously borderline sports and not in the mainstream for a lot of people who are fans of sports movies. But good job
those
to both
movies are
teams.
hilarious.
Oh,
All
they-
those movies.
They
are
certainly
hilarious.
are.
Best in Show is one of my favorite movies of all time. So.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm even a big fan of For Your Consideration. That's
Well, yeah, all of those are great, but Best in Show by far, like that's just Fred Willard in Best of Show is just perfect. He's like, how much do you think I could bench? Just by looking at me. Just how much do you think I could bench?
All right. Well, after halftime, the gap is still the same. We're just here for the wrestling questions is at 300 points, and the Magic will blow it again are at 385. Now on to the second half.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Benchwarmers TP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Today's third quarter will be Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. For this quarter, there will be 3 lists containing 7 items. The team that is trailing coming into the quarter will choose the first list and attempt to identify the items on this list one at a time. If the team has an incorrect guess, the other team can attempt to finish that list out. The team leading at the beginning of the quarter will select the second list, and whichever team is trailing after the first 2 lists will get the third list. Each item is worth 10 points.
And these are we're just here for the wrestling questions to decide first. List number 1 is quarterbacks to start a Super Bowl in their first season with their team. List number 2 is since the awards started in 1983, the only 7 managers in Major League Baseball to win the Manager of the Year in both leagues. And list number 3 is the 7 men's college basketball coaches who had at least one team in the Final Four in the 1990s, at least one in the 2000s, and at least one in the 2010s.
We'll take the MLB managers.
All right. So we're just here for the wrestling questions. are going to choose list 2, which was the only 7 people to win the Manager of the Year in both leagues since the award started in 1983.
We're going to check in.
Okay.
In the order that we feel comfortable. Sweet Lou Piniella.
Lou Piniella is correct. One with the 95 Mariners, the 01 Mariners, and the 08 Cubs.
Bobby Cox.
Bobby Cox is correct. 85 Blue Jays, 91 Braves, 04 Braves, 05 Braves.
Tony, don't call me Daniel LaRussa.
Sweep the leg, Dan. Tony La Russa is correct. 83 White Sox, 88 A's, 92 A's, and 02 Cardinals.
Some guy called Madden.
Joe Madden, 08 Rays, 2011 Rays, and 2015 Cubs.
Okay. Bob Melvin.
Bob Melvin is correct. The 07 Diamondbacks and the 12 and 18 A's.
I believe the only member of this list who also smoked cigarettes in the dugout, Jim Leland.
Jim Leland is correct. The 90 Pirates, the 92 Pirates, and the 06 Tigers.
And now we've got a choice to make.
I can live with I'll go down your hill, sir. I'll go down your hill. Let's do it.
All right. We're going to go with Davy Johnson.
And you guys have completed the list.
Yeah,
Davy Johnson,
well,
the 97 Orioles, and the 2012 Nationals. Let's go.
It was those 97 Orioles I wasn't quite sure on.
Yeah, well done. Absolutely well done. Okay, so that's 70 points for we're just here for the wrestling questions, which they still have not really gotten. So that leaves 2 questions for the Magic will blow it again to choose between either quarterbacks to start the Super Bowl in their first season with their team, or the 7-man college basketball coaches who had at least one team in the Final Four in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Which one will it be?
We're going NFL.
Going NFL.
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, 2021 with the Rams.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, correct, with the Bucks.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner is not on my list.
Is that not his first year?
Right. You know what? This
was his first year with the Rams.
98 season, 99. Super
Fairly
Bowl.
certain it was the first year.
He came from a grocery store. Does that count?
I mean, we know the story, right? It's etched in our memories thanks to that wonderful movie that Eric really enjoys. Watches it before bed every night.
I cannot pull myself to watch. Like, I'll watch every garbage football movie ever made. I cannot.
I got it.
Yeah, let's check this.
I got it. It's Warner spent the 98 season as the Rams' third string quarterback behind Tony Banks and Steve Bono. He completed 4 passes.
And that's not the year they won the Super Bowl.
Correct.
So therefore it is wrong.
Wow.
Because he threw 4 passes. Thanks, David. Not your fault.
Just yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll do commentary on this afterwards, but I'm glad the question holds up, but I'm really sorry that tripped you up because that's pretty freaking lame. I will admit. All right, so that gives we're just here for the wrestling questions a chance to pull some more answers for this one. So let's hear what you got.
We haven't even been thinking about it.
No,
I know.
We went on to the coach. You guys are so confident.
No, but the irony is that Eric and Scott, for all their mocking, are just playing the luck strategy right now. They're just trying to make
I've
sure they
already
get the
thought
third
about
question.
it, by the
We
way.
were already behind though going into it.
I know, but
I know, but we just got 70, right?
They were up by 85 though.
I know, but if we get 2 here, then they get the next list.
Yeah, so we don't have any that I can do.
For God's sake, why did I plant this? Boy, it's annoying when you're sitting on this side of
So wait a minute, they got how many? They got 2.
We
How
got
many did they
2.
get off the list there, David?
2.
They got 2.
So you're going to want to get 1.
So the score as of right now is 370 to 405 from my count, or at least from the spreadsheet's count.
So what about was Peyton Manning at Denver? Or no? Was that his first year?
It may have been.
Well, there's got to be other ones on there that we can think of real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, really, right?
Yeah.
Any other rookies that have gone to the Super Bowl?
Manning, if we don't come up with anything else.
Right, but what about old school? Do we thinking like Bart Starr, things like that?
He was with the team. He was with the team before they started. I'm thinking like guys like Brad Johnson. I don't know if that was his first year with the team or not. Roethlisberger going his first year?
That would be 0304, right? Was his 04? No, I can't think if it's either 04 or 05, his draft year.
I say we just go Manning and Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is incorrect.
Okay.
So I will read you the list, and I will tell you that
we had him.
Oh, let me see how many of ours are right after.
Yeah, we had him.
Go ahead.
Chris Chandler.
Chris Chandler is not correct on
No,
this
All
list.
oh my, these years were throwing me off.
Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer is
Dilfer,
correct.
okay.
So these you want to keep guessing? You can if you want.
Who else do we have?
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams is not on the list. No, Doug Williams definitely was not the first year. I don't think he was a backup before then. Okay, here are the guys I have. In 2003, Jake Delhomme, Trent Dilfer, and then it starts going old school. Craig Morton, Earl Morrill, and Daryl LaMonica recently passed away. Daryl LaMonica.
Why don't you have Dan Marino on there?
Not in his
Isn't
first
he
year.
a rookie?
Boy, this question
No?
is flawed if that's not true. Maybe he was second year though.
Was he not a rookie?
Wait a minute. Wait, he was drafted in 83. So no, because 84 was the Marcus Allen Super Bowl.
I guess. Oh wow, I'll get thrown off by these stupid years. All right.
Yeah, agreed. This was a hard list. And not that this is giving anything away, but I think this was by far the hardest of the three lists. I was trying to balance it out because everybody is so good at the NFL on the show. All right. So we are at scores of just here for the wrestling questions at 370. The Magic will blow it again at 405, which means we're just here for the wrestling question gets list number 3. 7 men's basketball coaches, college basketball coaches who had at least one team in the Final Four in the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s.
Well, let's do it. Yep. We'll check in.
All right. Let's hear your list.
All right. You want to go for it, Tim?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, you put it on a platter for me, so
Yep.
I don't think I can even screw this up. All right, here we go. Calipari,
Calipari is correct.
Coach K,
Coach K is correct.
Izzo,
Izzo is correct.
Calhoun,
Calhoun is correct.
Bettino,
Tino, yes.
Williams,
Yes, Roy Williams, I assume you mean, but not that it matters. Well done.
and how about Buddy's dad, Mr. Boeheim?
And Boeheim. That completes the list. Well done. Well
Good work,
done
Dan.
indeed.
You got like 3 of those, man.
So I
3
didn't
of those I wasn't coming up with right away. So
I didn't mean this exactly when I constructed these questions, but even looking back on it now, it played out the way I feared it might, which is the NFL question was by far the hardest of the 3. So here are our scores after the third quarter. We have a lead change thanks to 2 sweeps of the lucky 7. And we're just here for the wrestling question is now moved into the lead with 440 points. And the Magic will blow it again, are at 405.
Again, we'd like to thank our sponsor for today's Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, that is Manscaped. Don't forget, when you go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BENCH, 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 to get 20% off and worldwide shipping for free when you use the promo code BENCH at manscaped.com.
That will bring us to our fourth quarter.
the fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
The categories for today are as follows. Question 1, the Constitution pertaining to the NBA. Question 2, the Civil Rights Act pertaining to Olympics history. Question 3, the Emancipation Proclamation pertaining to the NFL and Major League Baseball. And question 4, the Declaration of Independence, our favorite declaration, the NFL Draft.
And you do realize that if you do win today, you get on Eric's list.
Ooh. I'm one of the few people that Eric has teamed with and lost.
That's
So he's
again,
already on the list.
You're gonna have to shack up with Jake Manne and hide. I
Bring
actually
the
plan on
bourbon.
seeing Jake this summer, probably maybe even staying at his house. So let's see.
So you're going to be shacking up with Jake Manne.
It is now time for the teams to place their wagers. All right. Question number 1. Category was Constitution. What NBA player holds the record for most wins with a single franchise?
All right, David, we're going to check in.
All right. The Magic will blow it again. Have checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. A couple minutes to talk this out.
Okay. I completely agree with you, but I just want to go through some of the other big guys. Like, I mean, yeah, Duncan played forever, right?
He played forever, and those teams consistently had like 50 to 60 wins.
Agreed. I completely agree. But what about like Kobe? He was there just as long.
There were some lean years with Kobe. I mean, even.
And are we missing anybody old school that you got to think that it's got to be in the 82 game series season, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. And then there's like Malone and Stockton, but how do you distinguish between those two?
Yeah,
and they would have had some lean years too. I just think that when Duncan got to San Antonio, they were already good, and they never slowed down. I mean, Pop has the most wins for one team, right? As a coach.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he was there how long before Duncan? Not
terribly
much, right?
long before Duncan.
Right.
He was there.
I agree. All right. I mean, let's go with it.
All right. We're gonna go Tim Duncan for 100.
All right. Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
Yeah, we had the same thing. Tim Duncan, 100.
Both teams are receiving points. I just want to say we're just here for the wrestling questions. I mean, your logic was exactly right. I mean, he did play there forever. He only played for the Spurs, and they were never bad because they had David Robinson, of course, at the beginning, and by the end, they were still winning championships, however many rings he won. Plus they were, always somewhere near the top. And you're right, Kobe did have some lean years, so that's exactly right. Okay, well done. 100 points for both teams. Question number 2. Category was the Civil Rights Act. In 1968, Tommy Smith and John Carlos famously medaled in the Mexico City Olympics and saluted with black gloves in the air as the national anthem was played. In what event did Tommy Smith and John Carlos both medal?
David, we're going to check it.
All right. The Magic will blow it again. Have checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. Still holding out. What you got?
I'm just here to listen to Dan tell me the right answer because I have no clue.
I'm reasonably sure that this is the 200 meter.
I'm with you. Couldn't tell you. I mean, I said boxing. That's how stupid I was. So
I thought we were getting the Peter Norman part of this, but we did not get the Peter Norman part of this. We got reasonably certain it's the 200. So we'll check in with the 200 meter race, I guess is what it's called, for 100.
All right. And the Magic will blow it again. What did you guys have?
I knew it was one of the two distances that Michael Johnson ran in the 96 Olympics. So I leaned more towards the 200. So we went with the 200.
For 100.
For 100.
And both teams are receiving points. The answer is the 200 meters. Well done. A lot of people did not know this. For some reason, a lot of people thought it was the 100, may have guessed the 400, but it was a sprinting event and it was the 200. So yes. All right. On to question number 3. Category is Emancipation Proclamation. What last name is shared by an NFL single-season rushing touchdown leader and an MLB Silver Slugger Award, both in the last 20 years, and playing for teams in the same city?
We're checked in.
All right. Fairly quickly. Magic will blow it again. Have checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. About 3 minutes.
All right.
There's not an NFL guy named Trout, is there?
The fullback.
So what do you got on rushing touchdown leaders?
Not rushing. It's just, it is rushing touchdowns. Okay. I don't know.
He's like Randy Moss.
Okay. So early on, we're talking 20 years ago. So we're talking from OT up, right? So
right.
That'd be Tomlinson, Holmes, Alexander.
It's literally what I did, Tim. I just started going in order.
I mean, there's a lot.
Oh, how about Bell, Le'Veon Bell, and Josh Bell?
Did Josh Bell win it?
I don't know. That was the first one I came to. Sounded great.
Is there a Freeman?
In Atlanta, Devonta and Freddie.
No, I'm asking for football.
Yeah, Devonta Freeman
Oh, okay. Did he lead
in Atlanta.
Did he lead for touchdowns in Atlanta? I mean, that's got to be it then, right?
I can't guarantee that. I don't know. I would think so. Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta works, so let's do it for.
And it's not in the same year, right? They just played for this teams.
Just
in the
played
same
for teams in the
city.
same season, in the same city. Yeah, I mean,
We
that's
got time. You want to keep going, or you think we should just go with Freeman?
If we've got a Freeman that led the league in Atlanta,
I don't know if he led the league. I just know that Devonta Freeman played for the Falcons, and he was good. I mean, he had one good year.
I don't know if we're going to get any better than that. Sure. We don't have enough time to come up with anything else. We know they both played in the same city.
Okay.
And we know Freeman won the Silver Slugger. So we're, 2/3 of the way there. So.
All right. Checking in
Freeman for 100.
All right. And the magical blow it again. What did you guys have?
No, we went with Devonta Freeman.
Well, we just went with Freeman.
So yeah, and Freddie, whatever you're looking for, we had it.
So why are you embarrassed?
Because I thought it was Todd Gurley. Everybody remembers his brother on the Dodgers.
Yes, Tito Gurley.
No, we said Freeman for 100 points.
Both teams are receiving points, and I was a little bit tortured when I was hearing Dan say this is going to be a lot harder, and you guys made it a lot harder because the category was the Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh my gosh!
And the answer was free man. So
yes.
Sorry, threw one right by you. Sorry.
I got really excited when Dan said this is going to be a lot harder than it is, and then Tim came up with the bell, and I was like, "Wow, I like that."
Yeah.
I like that you got excited when Dan said it was going to be a lot harder than what it was.
Well, yeah, I hear harder, I get excited. That's just how
right.
it works.
I am just impressed that everyone got it without the Emancipation Proclamation hint. But okay. All right. That's the last. I'll do that, at least in this game. All right. So going into the last question, we have scores of we're just here for the wrestling questions with 740 and the magical blow it again with 705. The last question is as follows. And I saved this for the last one because I'm asking for multi-part answers, as much as I know that bothers Josh Bombeck. So the only time in the last 30 years that an NFL team drafted two eventual Hall of Famers in the same draft happened in the mid-1990s. Two teams actually did it in 1995. One did it in 1996. I need you to name two of the three teams and tell me who all the players were for those two teams. So in other words, I'm looking for two teams and four players.
I'm going to need you to say that again.
Okay. I will say it again, actually, because it'll be better for the listeners. So we're looking for teams that drafted multiple Hall of Famers in the same draft. The last time it happened was in the mid 90s. Nobody's done it since. Of course, the book is not complete. I mean, obviously there's still active players, so this could still happen. But as it stands at the time of this recording, we had two teams did it in 1995, had two players from their draft that went on to the Hall of Fame. One team did it in 1996. So there were three total teams that did it between 1995 and 96. I need two of the teams that did it and the two players that each of them drafted.
We're checking in, David.
And the magical blow it again have checked in. We're just here for the wrestling questions. You got about 3 minutes.
All right. Are you good with Sapp and Brooks for Tampa?
Yeah. I mean, this thing flew over my head so far, like my neck snapped back. Like I'm lost, dude. I mean, I get it. I understand the question, but I just not that heavy on the NFL draft. So
fortunately, I don't think these got out of the first round. The other one I have is Ogden and Lewis for the Ravens. We're going to check in for 71 points with Ogden and Lewis for the Ravens and Sapp and Brooks for the Buccaneers.
All right. And the magical blow it again. What'd you guys have?
All of them.
Yeah. So we had Ogden and Lewis for the Ravens in 96. 95, you had Brooks and Sapp with the Bucks. And then you also had Ty Law and Curtis Martin for the Patriots.
For 100, not that it matters.
For 141 points. So.
Both teams are receiving points. I continue to be blown away by the way people remember drafts here. Dan, you were mostly right, actually. Ogden and Lewis were both first-round picks. Brooks and Sapp were both first-round picks. Ty Law was a first-round pick, but actually Curtis Martin was a third-round pick.
I didn't have Law and Martin, so
right.
that's
Understood.
why I was going with the ones that I knew were first round. So
still just how quickly you guys pulled that stuff, and well done. All right, the game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. The Magic will blow it again, finished with 805 points, and our clipboard captains of the game, who are receiving the coveted Vince Ferragamo Award with 811 points, is We're Just Here for the Wrestling Questions. And despite the fact they got no wrestling questions, they still won. So anything you guys like to talk about before we call it a night? Tim, we'll put you on the spot first. How's it feel?
It's a new feeling. I'm not used to it. But no, it's fun. I'm glad I got to help. That was a big thing. I think I helped me out a little bit here and there. And so, like I said, I'm not great at this. I'm just here to have fun. So I enjoy it, guys. It's fun to hang out and, spitball back and forth some answers, and especially with Dan. Dan, you're a great backboard as far as listening and talking, get some of these answers out. So I appreciate it. Great game, David, as usual. It was fun. I was close to that Florida one. We got close there. And then, or as far as Joakim Noah. So yeah, we played well. I'm happy with the showing tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Dan?
I'm afraid I got you on Eric's list, though. I can't help you. Once you're on that list, you don't get off of it. So,
And I like Julius Peppers and others.
Or the San Diego Chicken. All right, Scott, Eric, I know you guys are so salty about that Lucky 7. So what you got?
I've never been more disappointed in Kurt Warner, but looking back at it,
saying something, Scott.
Yes, I know.
That's a high bar.
But these guys just knocked it out of the park in Lucky 7 anyway. To sweep both of them, they deserve the win. There's nothing to be said about it. It was a great game. David, your games are always fun. I don't know why there weren't any wrestling questions. I'm still very perplexed by that, but there was a missing link. So I still feel like I know you, at least to some extent. So you stayed true to that. But no, your games are always a lot of fun. I always try to immediately sign up for them just because I know I'm going to have a good time and for the most part, usually get the questions correct. So this was no different. Kurt Warner.
All right, Mr. Eid, how you doing?
No, it's so in all seriousness, this has been a tough week for me, and this has given me a good release, little distraction. So I always appreciate coming out with you guys and doing this whole good podcast we've been doing for over 2 years now. It's helped me a lot this week, and I appreciate it, guys. I just want to say that.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you, Eric, and I get it for sure. So I'm sorry about what you're going through, and does anybody else have anything else before we call it?
Use your Manscaped products because they end up making you feel great. And I know a place where you can get them for 20% off.
Where's
and
that?
Free
Dan?
shipping worldwide. You just go to manscaped.com and enter the code
Bench, BENCH, Bench.
And we're going to get you all hooked up.
Nothing worse than a little residual bush coming out of that Speedo.
No.
When you're trying to show off at Venice Beach.
You're
The
not
bench-
just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for everybody around you.
All right. Well, Tim, I want to thank you for coming on the show again, and I'm glad that we could get you a victory tonight, pairing you with Dan, and even though it comes at the cost of having your name on a target from Eric. But thank you for the support. Thank you for everything, for the support of listening to the podcast and for the financial support. It was great to have you on. Always fun. And it's fun when you log into these things and you see familiar faces and it's just going to be a good time. So thanks a lot. And for everybody else, thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.